We're back from the dead, baby. Sorry for missing Boy Green Daily yesterday, folks. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit during this show. Plus, of course, we have another one of these Super Bowl III interviews with Super Bowl III champion Earl Christy coming up here on the show with our special guest. We'll be right back. Boy Green Daily starts after this.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
It's not just football, man.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show that's normally on every day at 7:30 in the morning. However, yesterday, a streak was broken. Unfortunately, for those who missed it, I tried to put it in every place I could, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and everywhere so you guys could see it. But my Boy Green Daily streak came to a crashing halt. As my father told me, when my son was born, there was some shows missed. At the Hall of Fame, of all places, the Wi-Fi was terrible at the Hall of Fame Hotel, so we missed some shows then. And then yesterday, Boy Green Daily was not on the air, like I said. So I apologize, everybody. I'm having a medical situation here, and we'll try to see if people are asking how am I doing. I feel like crap. Thanks for asking, but life sometimes throws you curveballs, and you got to take life by the gonads and just go to town. So, long story short, I'm sure I will get past this and through this, hopefully this weekend, and get ready because there's some exciting announcements and things that will be coming up on the horizon that we will be discussing here. But thank you guys for all the kind words and all that. And, we're going to have a great show. So I can't wait to have a great show today and many great shows to come. So Earl Christy, by the way, will be joining us at 8 a.m. For people that listen to Boy Green Daily, the audio version, if you just want the Earl Christy conversation, you could skip ahead about 30 minutes or so, and that conversation will be there. If you're a YouTube member, we'll have, after this show is over, I will custom edit the Earl Christy interview just to be the Earl Christy interview. We'll have that uploaded separately in our Super Bowl III playlist section. So we will work on that as well. Let's go. So appreciate you guys, and thank you guys again for all the kind words. Before we get into announcements and all kinds of other things, let's bring in my cohort, my co-host, my friend, the one and only. Let's bring him in. He is the author of Your Mama's Favorite Book. That's right. It is Beyond Broadway Joe. There it is. The Super Bowl team that changed football. And Bob Lederer joins us right now. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted you to know that nobody thought less of Cal Ripken after his Iron Man streak ended.
No? Or Eli Manning, perhaps? That didn't
Well, you're not exactly Lou Gehrig. You're not going to be dying, hopefully.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But no, you probably should be the talk of the Jets world, certainly. So how many days in a row had you extended yourself?
This had been going on for a week before.
No, I'm talking about how many shows, how many morning shows consecutively had you done? I guess you may have missed one when you were traveling or something, but other than that, how many did you actually do?
So over the last, let's call it 4 years, I've missed, I believe it was, including 1, 2, 3, somewhere in the ballpark of over the last 4 years, I've missed 4 live shows. I forgot about 2 of these, but my father reminded me last night when he called. 2 of them were for my son being born. I initially did a show from the hospital that got some side eyes, and I could no longer do it from said hospital. So I think there was about 2 days there for my son. The Hall of Fame of all places, when I would have wanted to do a show more than anything, which I did do bonus shows throughout the day, but I missed the morning streak. It's because of the terrible Wi-Fi at the Hall of Fame Hotel. So unfortunately, that was god awful. And then now yesterday. So about 4 and 4 years, somewhere in that ballpark. Yep. It's over.
A lot to be admired there.
I appreciate that, Bob. And speaking of appreciation, look at all this. We got Jake Asman in the chat, baby. A $2 super chat.
Wow.
Hang on, Jake. You're going to learn a lot about the Super Bowl Jets today.
Yeah, that's for sure, Jake. So put on your seatbelt and get ready for a ride, buddy. That's coming up at 8 o'clock with Earl Christy. But he says, death, taxes, Friday morning, Bob Lederer. Again, he has improved this super chat over the times of doing it on a week-to-week basis. So we can only appreciate that.
I think he's refined it. He's gotten it down almost to its purest sense.
Okay, I can't wait to see whatever that final form is there. That will be spectacular. So thank you, Jake Asman. Appreciate the love. And thank you, Jake. And I will say thank you to everybody that reached out publicly, privately, everything in between. That was very meaningful. So I appreciate that. So thank you to those out in the audience. And Jake Asman officially now has a raffle ticket to our ticket giveaway contest. Congratulations. You have now reached over the $25 contributor mark this month. Congrats, Jake. Beautiful news. Thank you so much. So Jake Asman is in the running. Can you imagine if Jake Asman wins? Good Lord, that would be
you're going to have to have another raffle for who gets the honor of sitting next to him.
That's a great idea, Bob.
There's a great way to increase your revenue.
Sure. Hey, I'm all for all kinds of reasons to increase my revenue. That's
Jake Asman over here, Boy Green over there.
That could be a nice combo platter, Bob Lederer.
Papa talking in your ear from behind. Wow.
Boy,
that's a reward of rewards.
That is one way to describe what you just said, Bob. That would be one way to do it. That's for sure. By the way, I also want to give a shout out. So I don't know if this individual did this by accident. Sounds weird, but like, I'm not sure if it was because the show wasn't on and like, hey, tip the cap, buddy, here's for you, or they thought the show was going to be on and did it. But T-Town Jet submitted some Venmo activity yesterday, which now pushes him to a third raffle ticket, which is a tie with Ed Vargas. So thank you, T-Town Jet. You officially have 3 tickets to our contest. So thank you, T-Town Jet. Venmo option always available. So thank you, Jake Asman. Thank you, T-Town Jet. And look at this. Jared B is gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership here right from the beginning. Love it. Excellent. All right, we're getting some good energy on the show early. And look at this. Wow, man, I didn't plan it this way. Jared B is now officially in the contest, surpassing the $25 threshold. Whoa. Wow, this is going to be quite a show, Bob. All these people are pushing themselves over the top here and getting involved in this historic contest. That is spectacular news, Bob Lederer. Spectacular.
Absolutely.
By the way,
so what are we going to talk about between now and about 7:55 when Earl shows up?
Well,
there are things that have been going on. In fact, a couple of things that I wanted to bring to note, but go ahead. It's your show.
Yeah, sure. First off, Busch Garden fans, you got that membership from Jared B in our audience, so appreciate that. Well, I want to start off, Bob, with an announcement here on the show, and I want to thank the Coffee Club because, Bob, there's only one training camp practice that's open to the public. It's August 1st. And I texted the special code to the Jets to apparently have some priority in line or something. And they say, hey, buddy, when it's 11 o'clock, you click this link. I'm like, okay, can't wait for this. This is going to be great. And I click this link. It says, Paul, you're in 850th place in the waiting line. Good luck. And I'm like, wait, I clicked this within 30 seconds. What's the problem? But I'm like, all right, well, I'm on the list. That should be fine. Of course, as we get closer and closer on the
80 people.
Yeah. So as we went closer and closer, each person was allowed to grab 2 tickets. And I quickly found out, Paul, you're the biggest loser. No ticket for you. And I'm like, geez. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Good luck to the Jet fans that got it. However, I want to give a shout out.
You're Rodney Dangerfield. You just get no respect.
Nope, obviously not. But here's the good news is that the Coffee Club is a beautiful community. And shout out to Danny Stern on Instagram. He DM'd me and says, Paul, I love your show. I want to give you 2 tickets to the Jets, practice that's open to the public for Get Together Weekend on August 1st. So in other words, people, booyah, this graphic's going out later. Boy Green's going to Jets training camp, baby. Boo, 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 boo. As long as I'm healthy, and I don't care. Actually, as a matter of fact, whether I'm healthy or not, someone's going to wheel me to Jets training camp because I'm getting there one way or another, and that is next Saturday. So not tomorrow, but next Saturday. So your boy is going to Jets training camp. I'll be going myself.
There's a neighbor right across the street, and he has had a toilet that he's trying to get rid of. It's been sitting out there for about 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I know where you can find one that you can take with you.
Excellent. So I will do whatever is necessary. So hopefully I pass my situation this weekend and then I'm just good to go. That's the preferred path. And hopefully that happens. Like I said, my other ticket will be going to Court Sports. So great. A fellow Jets content creator, Lou B.
If you need the one across the street, I'll paint it green for you.
Thank you. You're the best. So I'll be putting out this graphic later to officially announce it, but I wanted to announce it here in my beautiful Boy Green Daily home first. Boy Green's going to training camp, and hopefully I can give you guys a bunch of reports and things I see. And let me ask you this, Bob, before we move on. Okay. Should I bring the draft card that I got that was signed by Roger Goodell and just keep it in the bag? And if Omar Cooper Jr. comes over, I'm like, here's my opportunity. Hey, Omar, real quick, can you sign the other side of this, baby? Should I do that?
I would say definitely.
Okay. All right.
Because,
what do I have to lose?
Because it's a training camp thing, and I know that the players come by and their interviews, whatever. Yeah, I think you'd have a pretty good shot at getting to him and getting him to sign. Yeah.
That'd be cool. And before I frame it and do everything. So, all right, I will bring it. But again, this is some high, quality cargo here. I want to make sure nothing happens to it. So I got to make sure I protect it. So
this is definitely a keepsake and something you do want to frame. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So I will see if I can do it. And I see this from FFL 98. He says, it hit me yesterday when I looked for the show, just how reliable you've been and how much Boy Green Day has become a regular part of my life. I think when someone has died in my family before, I don't think I got as many texts, calls, emails, or everything. Paul, where the hell's the show? Paul, what the hell's going on? Paul, emails, texts, calls, Facebook messages, Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs. I mean, people were everywhere. So again, that was very humbling.
I know the Today Show and Good Morning America and everybody else, they were cheering yesterday because their audience grew. But
that's true. Yeah. I mean, 100%, right? They were like, oh, what is it? Right. The people had to do something yesterday with their lives that they've been committing hours to me every day. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense. So, Yo Holmes says,
a lot of people
why are you even asking?
They were lost in the wilderness yesterday.
They did. Yo Holmes says, BG, why are you even asking? Of course you bring the draft card. I don't know what his response is going to be because, like, Omar has probably signed a million things, hats, jerseys, everything. But this won't be.
I think if you're given the chance to just very quickly say something, here is the draft card that was actually, where your pick was made by the Jets. And it was handed out to me, as a gratuity afterwards. Would you be nice enough to sign it? I think he'll be thrilled to do that.
Yeah, I think I have to explain because, like, again, if I hand this to him, I'm going to be like, hey, real quick, like this, and I'm not trying to take everyone's time here. There's autograph, all these things. This is just a very special scenario. This is not just some random piece of paper I'm getting you to sign. This is this. And hopefully we have that opportunity. So, baby.
Or you can say to him, or you can sign it, I'll give it to you, and you can give me an autographed football or a jersey in return.
I'm going to need more than that, Bob. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
For more than an autograph football, this is a one-of-one.
A football and a jersey.
We'll work it out. If he sees his card, he's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! Can I have this?" I'm like, "Hey, Omar, do you got a few minutes? Let's go chat. Let's try to see if we can figure it out. It's one of one." But
what do you do after practice, Omar?
That's it. Let's go out for lunch. Let's chat. I don't have it by me, but what I'm going to have to make sure I try to do is, Yo Holmes believes Coop Jr. is going to get a kick out of it.
I think you would. Yeah.
I have these microphones. I'm going to try to see if I can record that conversation of whatever it is because it's public training camp. If we had a private conversation, I wouldn't record sneakily, but he'll see it on my shirt. I'll record it because that could be a cool moment forever. That first interaction of whatever. So I'll try to make sure I charge up all my mics and for that moment because that would be cool. So we'll see. So Yo Holmes.
Well, to be determined. We'll see. But you definitely should do it. Give it a shot.
Okay.
It's it's like, I mean, when I used to go to games when I was a kid, I would bring my yearbook with me or my scorecard or whatever and have them sign it. And one day I was at Yankee Stadium And I don't know how we did it, but we had great seats, reserve seats right behind home plate. And 1/2 inning, Phil Rizzuto comes out of the booth and he signs it for me. And then Howard Cosell comes out of the booth and he signed his for me. So, you just never know. Right place, right time.
100%. So I'll make sure I bring that out. I can't wait to go to training camp. So again, I can't thank you enough to Danny Stern on Instagram. I made sure it was okay that I said his name publicly. And so thank you, Danny. That was super cool. Again, there's very limited tickets, obviously. So the fact that you were willing to share them with me means a lot. So Danny, I'm going to hook you up, man. I'm going to definitely hook you up for this. So thank you very much for doing that. Shout out to Chubb for Club, who's been a member for 6 months here on the channel. Let's go, Chubb for Club, which could be a topic of conversation here very quickly on the show.
Wow.
Member for 6 months. He says, "What a trooper, Boy Green. Glad you're back. It's good to be back. I am still in pain, but that's all right. People are in pain all over the universe. Okay." I can suck it up for this show. That's for sure. And I do want to get into Chubb for Club here because, Bob, the countdown continues to training camp, and we're about to reach a milestone tomorrow. Before we do, Chubb for Club has gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership here on the channel. Let's go. Chubb for Club, who, by the way, is 2 memberships away from a second raffle ticket himself here on the channel. So appreciate that for Chubb.
And Chubb, I've been reading at least 3 or 4 really positive reports on Chubb, on Club this week about, from
I can't laugh.
From people in and around the Jets community who are just saying that don't underestimate this guy at all, which with all the publicity Klubnik has been getting, there are people out there who are saying this guy could be very legitimate even this year. So we'll see.
Yeah, I got to make sure I not laugh too hard. That was painful. But Chubb for Club, that membership went to Lucky Leo out in our audience, which is amazing. So thank you. And the thing I wanted to use that to launch into, you asked, what should we talk about before Earl, who's going to be joining us here in a few minutes, Bob, is, the rookies report tomorrow for the Jets. We finally made it. Now, I skipped a day, so I sort of cheated. But, now we're a day away. The rookies report for the Jets tomorrow. In 4 days from now, the veterans report, and we are 5 days away from the first training camp practice for the New York Jets. So finally, Bob, it looks like we're back.
So we got about, 45 guys that will sign in tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know how many rookies we have on the roster because you got to think rookies, UDFAs, and all that, but probably a significant
90
chunk.
altogether. So
91 actually with Pascal Ikiji, their international pathway program player. So
yeah,
there's probably 40-ish.
That's
probably right. Right. So yeah, it's probably 40-ish if I had to guess. So
it's probably 30 to 35. But anyway,
somewhere in there. Yeah, that'd be great. So are you excited, Bob? Are you feeling it yet, or when are you gonna feel it?
I want to see it when the veterans come in, and I want to read about what the veterans have to say about how the kids look. And when they get on pads, which they haven't put on yet, now that'll be real, and it all depends on how many practices will be open to the media. We know how many practices are open to the fans, but the media is entirely different, and not every practice is open to them.
Yeah, that's also true. But I will tell you guys, I am fired up. I just did earlier before this most recent situation, I just did a training camp podcast preview with some good friends of mine, and I'll give their podcast a plug. I want to make sure I don't butcher the words here on the program. I'll give them a shout out here in just a second. But I just love training camp. I love how we are. Here it is. It is I'll get it up here, the H2O Man and Friends Sports Podcast. I've been joining them for like the last 2 years or so, doing a full New York Jets training camp preview and we did a pre-draft show and everything. So support local podcast people. There's a lot of great people that do great work, and H2O Man and Friends Sports Podcast is a great place. Shout out to those guys. It was fun being on the show. And I was doing that. I was just feeling it, and I'm feeling it. I just can't wait to be in a random training camp practice.
The only thing is, having been part of this show now for a year,
that's true.
That the preseason look at the team would be much more exciting and insightful to me if I wasn't engrossed day to day with everything that I can learn between your show and all the other shows. It's like, am I really that interested in who the third string left tackle is going to be?
I am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know you're titillated by it.
I am. I can confirm.
13 months a year. To me, it's okay. If they have to go that deep, they're in big trouble. So anyway.
Well,
I before we get on, I don't know, if this was on your checklist.
Yeah, you had things on your mind. Yes,
I
please.
mentioned to you earlier this week that Boomer Esiason was on with
Brandon Tierney, right?
With Brandon Tierney.
BT Unleashed.
And I went out for lunch and I put on my headphones and was listening to it at lunch.
Okay.
And my mouth dropped. Boomer, and I think I shouldn't say it because it's competitive, but Jake talked about it yesterday. Boomer is all over the Jets offensively. He thinks they have as good a stable of running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and offensive line as anybody in football could want for. And he just went. It only ran about 11 minutes, but it went on and on and on about, how good he thinks the Jets are going to be. And I got to tell you, I felt like BG. I was pumped after
there you go.
Somebody like Esiason say those kind of things. I mean, he not only said it, but he said it with relish. He's really into it. And watching his show in the morning, as I get to do a little bit every day except Friday, he normally is a little reserved. He's not going over the deep end about too many things. So it really revved me up for what's coming.
Right. The only real, obviously as a former Jet, so take that for whatever you will, but Frank Reich, I believe I heard this correctly either on some of these podcasts or in someone's book. Frank Reich and Boomer were best men in each other's weddings, and there's some other personal connections there, which is super cool. And obviously Boomer has had conversation with Frank that he's been able to share on air, which is unique insights, after interviews, after when he was going through the interview process.
And he prefaced his comments saying, how excited he is about having an offensive coordinator like Frank Reich after who we had last year.
So I love positivity. That's the point of the Boomer Chan. It's good to hear positivity. I feel good.
He could be all wrong.
Sure, of course, obviously.
It wouldn't be shocking if one of those areas, didn't live up to expectations.
Right, definitely not.
He was. There was nary anything about the Jets' offense this year that he didn't think could really be, really top grade NFL caliber. And I have my questions about whether the rookies are all going to be able to step up. Are they all going to be ready to play, at it's not even the next level, but it's the level above, the level that they played in college, 2 levels above.
Yeah.
And learning all the tricks of the trade and, how to deal with individuals, defensive backs, linebackers, whatever. So to me, it was very, very exciting to hear him that excited about the Jets offense.
The only thing more exciting, Bob, is this breaking news. Did you know that David Neves bought and read Beyond Broadway Joe, baby, the Super Bowl team that changed football? David is now not only an avid reader of Bob Lederer, but he has this piece of literature in his household, and he's bought it and read it. Thank you, David, for supporting Bob Lederer, our guy. Look, see? Another happy customer, Bob.
My wife asked me why I continue to do the show, and I said, well, I really enjoy it. Well, what about selling books? Are you selling any more books? And I said, it's really hard to tell. I think I said it in the last show. Yeah. We have to sell 12,000 books until I get a royalty.
Okay.
And I don't think that HarperCollins, who published the book, printed 10,000 copies of the book, much less 12,000. So I think there was that little stickler in the contract that I should have insisted on evidence that you've got that many books out there to sell, because I know it's really hard to get a hard copy now. You can get the soft copies, but the hard copies, mostly they are, from what I've seen on Amazon, which is really about the only place to get it. Most of the copies there are secondhand. So
Well, good news here, Bob. 11,999 more to go.
David, thank you.
Yes.
I thank you. My wife thanks you. My estate thanks you, and we'll hopefully we're well on our way to that 12,000th copy.
Hell yeah, that's for sure. And I want to give another shout out because I see she's in here. Court Sports says, "Good morning. Hope you're feeling better today, BG." Thank you, Court. And again, I announced at the beginning of the show, I'll say it again now that Court's in here, is that Booyah, I could throw her on this graphic too, but we are both going to training camp, baby. Boy Green's going to Jets training camp, and so is Court Sports. Lou B secured himself a ticket, so that is Saturday, August 1st, get together weekend. I will be heading up, baby. I'll be driving up Friday night. We'll be there for the training camp, the Jake Asman meetup at the Cloverleaf Tavern. I hopefully meet and run into a lot of you Jet fans. For anyone that's heading down there, feel free to grab me and talk to me or whatever the hell is on your mind. Don't give me a slap on the back, though. If you can avoid doing that, I'd probably appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Court, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. We're going to training camp, baby. I can't.
There was one more article yesterday before we get to Earl. I know he'll be on.
Okay. Yes. Lay it on me. Let's go.
There was an article yesterday that rated the offensive coordinators. Michael Nania wrote it.
Sure. All right.
And he was not really gung-ho about Frank Reich.
Yeah, he hasn't been since the beginning.
Yeah, he basically said what some people said at the beginning when he was hired. Is he too old school? Is he not up to the new ways of the National Football League? Yes. And so it rated all of the coordinators from last year. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine our offensive coordinator, he was like in the last 3 or 4. And it said that Frank Reich might not be much better. And I went, oh, well, this guy's a real negative guy. And you know, maybe I shouldn't take it too seriously. But then he wrote another article and he said, you know what? The Jets have a legitimate shot to win the first 2 games of the season. So I said, he sees he's a rainbow. He sees something positive.
Well, obviously, Michael Nania is one of my favorite people on planet Earth. Everyone who knows me knows this. But 2 things here, okay? Number 1, I remember, the North remembers, he was distraught that the Jets let Tanner Engstrand go and was confused and made fun of the Jets for letting Tanner Engstrand go. And then, so in my head, as soon as you have that opinion, whoever they were going to hire was not going to be Tanner Engstrand. So he was ready. He was at the ready to go after this guy. So I just felt like that was going to happen. So, you know, I will have to forever, just based on that analysis, that knowledge, will always have to take whatever he says about Frank Reich with a grain of salt. So, you know, it is what it is.
I pointed out the other day, Frank Reich was the guy who was so gung-ho about drafting Sadiq.
Right.
And, you know, so you got to figure he's got some big plans for that guy.
Of course.
And so, you know, we'll see. This offense doesn't have to be wide open, but if Gino can, you know, have 7 or 8 different options to throw the ball or give the ball to, and he uses them all, we know that they've got capabilities. In fact, I also read yesterday that their 3rd string running back may be their better, you know, second choice behind
Could
Brees.
be. Yeah.
So,
well, again, for me, it's raising the floor. People are going, geez, can Frank Reich have a top 10 offense? I'm like, hey, buddy, whoa, would that be awesome? Sure, sweet. Let's just get off the floor. Let's get off the canvas. We're in a boxing fight, and I can't do too much movement. We're in a boxing fight, and you know, you just got to get knocked around a little, get back up, sort of get back involved, and get off the canvas, and then just see where we go from there. I think that is the key.
Great.
So, Bob, let's do this, baby. We're going to reset the conversation because if you're watching live, you've been watching for the last 30 minutes, but we're going to cut up this interview special to be a part of a Super Bowl III interview playlist. So let me reset it properly, if I may, with an absolutely special guest joining us right now here on the program. This is one of many Super Bowl III legends that has joined us this offseason. All the credit in the world to Bob Lederer for organizing these amazing interviews. So let's bring him in. Super Bowl III champion, DB, return specialist, superstar extraordinaire, Earl Christy joins us here on the program, baby. Good morning, Earl. Thank you for
taking Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Earl. Boy, you know, you're just not excited this morning. I don't know what's wrong.
I got my game face on this morning. I just got to commend you, Paul. You're doing a phenomenal job. And then, Bob, your book is outstanding that you wrote on it. And I just want to personally thank you guys, man. And I saw one of these shows when you were talking about Paul doesn't take a day off. I said, man, you're the type of player would playing for the New York Jets. That's the attitude that we have. It's all about winning. The only thing better than winning is more winning.
Which I hope we can get back to here very in quick order
sir.
here, Mr. Earl Christy.
I'm just
for sure.
Earl, thank you. First of all, Earl, thank you for joining us. It's really, it's very nice of you. We took a couple of weeks to get this all put together, and your wife Darlene was a big help. And I guess the first thing we have to ask you is give us a tour of the memorabilia that you've got behind you. I don't know if you.
Oh yes, please. We'll go full screen. Yeah, point to what we have here, Earl.
Point it. Obviously, your jersey is there, but
that's
what are the
New York? That's my jersey. There's a picture of I'm blocking it out. Joe Namath and some of the guys. We were at Joe Namath's football camp. We did it for 45 years, and then some different highlight pictures of me and everything. I can't show you everything. We even have pictures of the professional show basketball team that I played for, the Harlem Wizards, all those type of things. So yeah, I mean, I cannot believe I couldn't put everything up on my walls enough. I don't even have enough room. We're talking about longevity of Willard, a great thing to be able to go around the world and work with people and being in the business that you guys are in for 55 years. I've been doing radio, TV, all of that, internet, and I've just been an amazing life because of the New York Jets. It's unbelievable.
Well, Earl, what jersey are you wearing right now?
This is one of the special jerseys that we had. This is not the original, but it's about 50 years old or whatever.
Oh, the 50-year anniversary jersey from a couple of years ago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. I got several jerseys, buddy, and no question about it. So unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, Earl, there's so much to get into here, but I guess we could sort of start off there with, Super Bowl III. This has been very special to honor you guys. The 60th anniversary is coming up here right around the corner. So hopefully we could gather all you guys together for that, for some more love and more love for Bob's book as well that you've been talking about. What does it mean to be, and even this can be from back then and also now, that you're a Super Bowl III champion? You are a champion forever. You were a champion then. You continue to be a champion now. You're a champion forever. What does it feel like? Because as a Jets fan, for me, unfortunately, I wasn't alive, but I've seen it a million times. I have the tapes here at the house, so I get to watch the Super Bowl with my family, and I bring them over by the TV. So I've got to watch it, but I didn't get to experience it. Tell me what the experience is like, Earl Christy, of being a world champion.
Now, can you imagine playing against your hometown team at that time, the Baltimore Colts, okay, playing against some of my idols like John Unitas? Can you imagine? And the beautiful part, I even had my grandmother made a prediction on Monday. Joe Namath guaranteed it on a Thursday. I always tell people that story. That's right. She was a praying woman. And she said, we're going to win. And I never played Pop Warner football, never played high school football. The first time I ever put on a football uniform was at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I didn't know what off tackling and everything. Never had shoulder pads on. And I was smiling because we had people like Art Shell on our team, Johnny Sample. And you know what was so Archie was with the Raiders, but Johnny Sample, Emerson Boozer, and I were on the Jets, and two of the Colt players were on the on the Colts. And that was Charlie Stooks and James Duncan. And we had more people in Super Bowl III than any college in America. And four of us played together. And at our school, both Boozer and I were the mainstays. The other two guys were quarterbacks and defensive back. So, and we felt like we were going to win. There's no question about it. In fact, Pete Lambert, our tight end, was looking at the film, and he said, we better stop looking at this film before we get overconfident. And a lot of people don't realize that Joe called probably 90% of the plays from the line of scrimmage, and he'd go up there and check with us. And then, the coach would change their defense. And then when he checked off, they had to be in the wrong spot. That's why George Sal caught about 8 passes in the game. And people don't know that. But Don Maynard had a pulled muscle. He was hurt. Yes. If he would have been healthy, I'm telling you, I'm sure the score would have been up. And it was
he apologized to Joe after he just barely couldn't catch a bomb that Joe threw him in the first quarter. But even the fact that the Jets came close to making that connection forced the Colts to shift their defense to try to stop Maynard, and that opened the day for George Sauer to go one-on-one against Lenny Lyles.
You're absolutely right. I can picture it. I've seen it over and over. And I said, we had it. It was open, as you said, Bob. It was open, but he couldn't stretch out for it. But man, I tell you, it was just amazing. I've never seen where the special teams, the defense and offense work together. And if you think about it, a lot of people don't realize too is that Joe did not throw a pass in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So Bob, you've seen the whole play.
And it wasn't just to run the clock. It's that the Jets continued to run the ball effectively. Baltimore couldn't stop the Jets.
So why throw? Oh, I see. Okay.
Mesnell and that offensive line did a job on Big Bubba Smith and them. There's no question there. I mean, it was amazing how these guys, and it's all about attitude, man. We were hungry. Nobody gave us a chance. I'm telling you, I said I could catch the kickoff and run 50 yards. They said you didn't even get past the 50-yard line. And back in the days, they flipped the coin in the locker room. A lot of people don't realize that. So I'm thinking all the time in the pregame, I'm going to be probably the first person to test the football. So can you imagine what was going through my mind?
Yeah. Hey, you said your grandmother predicted you were going to win?
Oh, it's no question. Isn't that amazing?
That's okay. I want to follow up on that. So what did you think when your own quarterback, Joe Namath, said you were going to win? Didn't that even carry more weight for you?
Of course it did. There's no question. He's our leader, man. That's what was so special. I mean, I could talk for days about Joe's character, how he brought the team together. You believe me, he doesn't get credit for that part. I'm telling you, what a gracious person. And just like he would even say, Matt Snell had a tremendous Super Bowl. He was running over people and would have through. And Joe would be the first. Yes, there's no question. When he said that, I said, you're right. And we all thought that. And Johnny Sample, now that was a really key. He was a coach. He played with these guys. And you know what he told us? We can beat these guys. We're really better than that. I mean, he said, to be honest, they got some great players, but we can beat them. We got a better football team. And Johnny Sample is one of the best to ever play.
Yeah. And that turned out to be Sample's last game as a pro.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Hey, so Earl, are you saying that in the newspaper that says Namath guarantees a victory, it should say Earl Christy's grandma was the one who predicted the victory? We should adjust the newspaper, huh?
Looks like you froze.
Who was? Say it again. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, or I'll try that one more time. I'm saying that in history, Joe Namath is in the newspaper for guaranteeing the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl. I said, should we update it to say Earl Christy's grandma guaranteed that the Jets won the Super Bowl? Should that newspaper get an update? Earl said.
We didn't guarantee. Oh no, it should be updated that she said we're gonna win. Now she didn't say guaranteed. That's the key difference. Okay. So we gotta give Joe his credence and my grandmother credence on that Monday.
But isn't it better to be able to know ahead of time, because she knew ahead of time it was going to happen, versus someone guaranteeing that it was going to happen? I think your grandmother was even better and more valuable than Joe was.
I tell all I say, she was a praying woman. So she raised me as a kid and never seen a football game until on TV, and it used to tickle me. The ladies, her friends said, "We don't know nothing about football, but we know your number is 45." I thought that was just the greatest thing, not knowing anything about the game, but they were watching it because I was a hometown kid.
Yeah. Well,
now,
Earl,
you only got to touch the football once in the Super Bowl, and that was on the opening kickoff. But you also were on the special teams. One of the things that got me very interested is I got a copy of the NFL film of the Super Bowl that was given to the Jets and to the Colts after the game. And so I can see who's on the field for all the critical plays. And I never knew it, but you and Bake Turner were on the opposite sides of the kickoff team,
right,
maybe on the punt team as well, because of the speed. You were the first guys to get downfield. And the special teams did a hell of a job that day, really, because the Jets kept kicking off with a touchdown and the 3 field goals.
That's right, Jim Turner, 3 field goals. I mean, come on, that's an MVP when you kick 3 field goals. And then when you talk about defense, Randy Beverly intercepting 2 passes in the Super Bowl, that was big plays.
Hey, Earl, we're going to bounce around a little bit here, but you just said something that fascinates me a short while ago. You said that you didn't play football until you were in college. Was that because of your parents and the game was too physical or something? Like why? Or you had interest in other sports? What was the reason it took you so long to get into sports?
Okay, we had track and field, and I did that, and basketball. Okay, the problem was, it was back with segregation. I couldn't go to this school. And then the second reason, the superintendent wouldn't give us football. So I was denied to have the opportunity to play that sport, because they talk about the expense or whatever. And how it happened, my roommate was the 3rd string quarterback, Dr. Percy Thomas, and he said, Earl, you're a great athlete. You got speed and everything. We were physical education majors. And my sophomore year, he said, Earl, come out for the team. And I said, you really think? He said, yeah. And we were talking to Skip McCain, football college Hall of Fame coach. And the guys were laughing because they said, oh, man, we got some new guys out there. We're going to knock him out. And I was saying, why are they so friendly and smiling? Until I got on the field. And I remember the first play, they hit a running back, and they said, get him off the field. I said, oh, man, I'm in trouble. I said, they didn't even have cell phones then. I can't even call home. But anyhow, then the next guy back, and he said, Christy, get ready. You coming in. 2:41. I can remember today. And he said, you take the ball on 2. Okay, when the quarterback said, Hut. Now I'm learning this. This is like never seen before. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And so when I got down into my football stands and I'm looking where the hole I'm supposed to go through, and the guys on the defense are laughing because they knew I was coming there. And they knew this was my first time. And guys, the first time I got hit, I closed my eyes because I've never been tackled in my life until college. And then I made no sandlot or nothing. And I was running over people, and the coach said, if you'd have opened your eyes, you probably would have scored. Yep, that was the true story. I started. And it was amazing when you think about that. My last game in college, I ran kickoff, punt return. Never the whole time of my college career. And I scored touchdown. Walt Michaels came down to see Emerson Boozer, and he saw this kid, Earl Christy, run a punt for a touchdown, a kickoff for a touchdown, a catching a wide receiver touchdown pass. That's what I did. And then go to the Jets. I never played no defensive back. And the first time, I remember Jay said, hey, we said, work him out on defensive back. And then now I was listed as a running back, backup running back. and a defensive back. And I really would have loved to come out of the backfield because I had pretty good hands. There's no question about it. And even Weave Eubanks said it. I said, "Thank you, Coach." He said, "Christy got some good hands."
I love that.
Yeah,
so
no.
Earl, how did the Jets discover you? Like, so you come out of college. How did you find the Jets? The Jets find you after college?
Well, they found me because they came to see Walt Michaels came to see Emerson Boozer. I mean, Boozer, unbelievable. And Walt Michaels used to say, coming out of college, Boozer was greater than Walter Payton. You know what I mean? He got injured. And if you look at the stats, Boozer had about 13 touchdowns in 7 games because we had a 7-game season and we're a passing team. He would have shattered that record. I'm telling you, no question. That injury caused one of the greatest backs, just like Bo Jackson. The same thing, man.
When you look at film of Boozer from those days, it took 3 or 4 guys to tackle him.
Come on,
because nobody could take him down. And he said one of the keys was to get the other guy to make the first move, and then he knew what he had to do, and he would spin around and break tackles. He was like Gale Sayers until he got hurt.
Bob, you're absolutely right. He would hit and spin. I ain't never different style, different guys have different style and everything. But he would hit, spin, tremendous balance, and strong, unbelievable.
So Earl, you're saying that so Earl, you're saying that the Jets came to see Emerson Boozer, and then you were and they're like, "Hey, who's this Earl Christy guy?" So they found you in addition when they were looking at Boozer?
Yes, that is true. Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Well, but you were not a shrinking violet, because I understand I understand you told Walt Michaels before the game, "Watch me, I'm going to run one back," and you did.
Boy, you look at this, Bob. I'm telling you, you talking about research. I told him, he came down there to see us, and I said, "I'm gonna run one back tonight." Isn't it amazing? It happened. I was acting like Joe, guaranteed. Yep, I ran one back. You absolute. And then he said, "Come on back, buddy. Come on up." Yes, sir. There's no question. I was still.
I'm sorry. Since you did run track, what was the best time you were, if you recall? What was the best time you were ever, recorded, like in the 40 or whatever, however they measured it in those days?
Yeah, in the 100-yard dash, I was about like a 9.4. I had world-class sprinting speed, and the best on my 40 was 4.4 and everything. But I had quickness with speed. Okay, I probably could have ran even faster because I was getting stronger and faster. Because I was only 25, 26. Around when we won the Super Bowl. I was in the prime, get ready to take it to another level, learning the game and everything. It's just amazing. And that's one of the key factors with the New York Jets, because Weave Eubanks said we were the most intelligent football team he ever coached. And of course, he coached, like you said, John Unitas and everything. And they were so intelligent. They wouldn't miss a blitz. And we'd get it. They'd get in the huddle and say, "Check with me," and check blitz and everything. And they picked it up, man. You talking about our running backs and Billy Joe. And Billy Joe don't even get the credit. I mean, we had some awesome running backs. There's no doubt about it. And Billy Joe was one year the rookie or all pro of the year in the American Football League, because he was traded for Cookie Gilchrist.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. And by the way, he was my roommate on the road, Billy Joe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just amazing.
So
Yeah, no, we definitely go ahead.
no, I'm sorry, or I think we have a little bit of a delay, so I
I hear you.
apologize if there's any cutting off here. We
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah, yeah.
For
That's what's happening. Yeah, that's
yes.
all right. Yeah, good technology.
Yeah, that's all right. We're figuring it all out. This is a real treat. Again, we're
What
speaking
were
with
you gonna
Earl
say?
Christy, Super Bowl III champion here on the program. It's an absolute honor to have him on the show. A lot of people are really enjoying it. The hundreds in the comment section. So Earl, thank you again for taking the time here, Earl. Like, and again, we're going to bounce around a little bit. Like your Super Bowl III ring, do you wear that every day? Is it in some safe place? Where do you keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me see. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead,
Can
Earl.
you see it?
No, a little
Lift
higher.
it a
Can you
little
see
higher,
it?
Earl. A little higher, Earl.
Oh,
There you
okay. I'm sorry. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
But I lost so much that I had to get one made. So I was gonna put the original one in the safe and everything. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
we were at yeah. So yeah, but it's it's all about the memories and everything. That's what it's about. No question about it. Yeah. But
So how often do you
yeah,
wear it, Earl? Is
and
it every
it's just
day
so
or is
amazing
it
too
special
when I go to
occasions?
well, no, I don't wear it every day, but when I go out to speak, a lot of times when I'm signing autographs and everything, I let people wear the ring. A couple
Oh
times
my.
people walked off and didn't
Whoa.
realize, when you're in a crowd, but they forgot.
We
I
don't
guess they had it on.
I don't know, but I don't know if they forgot. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if people forgot, but Earl, you probably still have that speed where you can catch them just in
I
case.
hear you, Paul. Yeah.
Does it generate a
yeah,
lot of
and
questions? Does it generate a lot of questions when you wear it, Earl, around?
oh yeah, there's no question about it. In fact, yesterday I went unfortunately to the hospital to visit a friend of mine that had throat cancer and everything, and his family came down from Rhode Island, and they took pictures of me with the Super Bowl ring, and he was my studying partner. I don't know if you know that I'm very blessed to be an archbishop. I've been ordained several times, been to the Holy Land, baptized in the Jordan River, and in the book, when I share the book with you, a chief over in Ghana, Africa, I've been so blessed. And some of you may not know this, but in the book, it has my son was the world's youngest basketball performer. We took literally a trip around the world. We did a TV special with the Globetrotters. You can check it out on NBC way back in the days. He's 50 some years old now. And the people from Japan gave me a letter from the emperor saying thank you and have better relationship between the United States and them. And they literally flew us in different places around the world. And they have people that come from around the world. I met a lady that played music on a teeth with a pencil. It was so amazing. And the show was called A Special Surprise of the World. And it was because of the New York Times did a big article. So it's on file about him dribbling blindfolded, 4 or 5 years old, spinning the ball on his finger and everything.
Wow.
So
You look like you're in great shape for someone. You look
with
like
the
you're in great shape
platform
for somebody who's 83 years old.
Man, I'm getting ready to hurt somebody. I've had some health challenges, no question that, and I can't thank my wife. I spent like about 40 days and 40 nights in the hospital, and then plus another 21. And I was misdiagnosed. They gave me too much water or whatever because I had been treated for cancer. And again, that's in the other book, showing me in the hospital and everything.
Do you have copies of the two books? Because I know you've actually written 2 books.
I just
Oh yeah, here we go. Let's
I
go full
just
screen.
happen to
Here you
have
go.
copies there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Bring it back.
Nice.
Bring it
Okay,
back
get
just
that.
a little bit. Bring it back so we can see it clearly back.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
The Earl Christy story.
No, I love it.
Yeah, and I'm coming at the end zone on that. And this is on the back of it. Got a synopsis. So maybe I'll try to get it up early.
And when did you publish
Okay.
that book?
Yeah.
Earl?
Oh, this was in 2020, and some guy by the name of Joe Namath did my introduction.
Wow.
As you can see
Wow.
on here.
Yes, what an honor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, Joe and I are very close. A lot of people don't realize we went down to our college after we were playing. You know, during the time we playing, and our coach said, "Hey, Boozer, tell us about Joe Namath." He said, "You need to go talk to Earl." Yeah, Joe and I were very close, and like I said before, we did the sports camps and everything, and I want to get this one out of the way. I got another book that I wrote that's a basketball with Ruben Rodriguez. He's on front. We wrote that together. He's on ECS Sportsnet work and everything.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
we put this book together. He's looking like a professor there, and we're gonna be doing that now. For those two books, and then I'm gonna get to the other one. This is special too. Okay, just like this one right here.
Yeah, there it is. Let's see that
Hold
one more
that one
time,
up again.
Earl.
Well, that looks like an interesting book.
Huh?
I said, hold that one up again. That looks like an interesting book.
Okay, well, I got to do that since.
Beyond Broadway Joe. There
Earl,
it is.
I have to tell you what a thrill and an honor it was to write a book about what I call the rest of the team. Taking obviously nothing away from Joe. He has the second biggest chapter in the book, but every single player in the book, every single player got his own chapter in the book. And Frank Ramos, who I know you know from PR for the Jets, said to me, it's about time somebody, gave a focus and attention to all the other players on that team. In fact, I point out to people all the time, the Jets had 11 All-Stars on that team that year that went to the AFL All-Star game.
Amen.
And that's unbelievable. I mean, they had about a third of the squad, that played the AFL or the AFL Western Division All-Stars. So
I mean, we outstanding player, and the funny thing, down the road, my wife and I, when I show you the book, we're gonna do something special. I'm gonna give credence to the people that have impacted my life. Okay, I'm a Hall of Famer in my high school as basketball, sports, whatever. I'm a Hall of Famer at my college. And then, that was really an honor. Okay, we're going to be doing a podcast on health because she's a certified board public health person that helped to save my life through Lord and Savior. Okay, and she took care of me. She's doing COVID. She spent 30 nights and 30 days in the hospital with me where nobody was allowed. I had favor for her to come there. It's amazing. And then I had to go about a year ago. My kidneys flared up and they had to airlift me from one hospital to the other. And I feel like I'm 23 now. I'm walking, my recovery, they could not believe it. So the same attitude that I had on the football field or in sports, I use it for the recovery, and no question about it. I feel so awesome. It's unbelievable. And one of the most important things, put me on a eating type of regimen, a lifestyle eating where no salt and sugar. I cannot begin to tell you how different it is when you eat the right and proper food. It is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I have to touch myself and say, wow, pinch myself. I feel so great. And this is the book of my wife and I. I mean, and she's the writer, Darlene.
Oh, Darlene. All right.
Yeah, she's a darling. Yeah.
Look at that. So beautiful. Yeah, you have a great family here. Yeah.
And let me tell you, good night. This book is Bob Like You. And the point that I want to get to, I'm going to pay tribute to the high school players, the college players, and my pros. And I just want to share this with you. From my 7th grade, I ran a half mile, a 2:16, and was on the varsity team from 7th grade to 12th grade as a champion. We won championships. And in basketball, I guess one of the records I'll still hold because it's an elementary school. The other team had 42 points. I scored 43 and missed 6 minutes of the third quarter. And my cousin told him, put him back in. And back in the day, I could put that much on the rim. And I was only 5'11" and everything. So I was blessed. Coming from a chicken farm, right? I was a farmer and everything. And we didn't lift weights. I cut wood. But we were probably one of the first, like Kansas City Chiefs, to get the universal gym and all that equipment. Can you imagine how the new technology would improve us? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had some jobs during the all season to compensate for that. You know what I'm saying? So the work ethic just transfer from one thing to another. But and I'm gonna pay tribute to my New York Jets teammate. So I've been very fortunate to have all those championships in high school, track and field championship, baseball championship in college, and then in the pros, a Super Bowl champion. And that's why I came up with my saying, the only thing better than winning is more winning. And I want to share this with you. This is a treasure. This is what Rex Ryan and the New York Jets. Is it upside down?
Yeah, nope. No, you have it right. It's perfect.
It's correct.
Okay.
We can see it.
You see it right there?
Yep.
They gave me the game ball. I spoke to the team the night before they played Tampa. When they played Tampa Bay, it was just so amazing. And when I went in the locker room, you know, I went in there to interview Rex and everything. And I would go into some of the meetings and everything, and he was just so nice. And when I walked in there, the guy said, "We got something for you, Earl." And then the funny part, being a former athlete, you know, we got that brotherhood. They said, "Earl, we were ready to go knock them out that night before the game." And it was so bad, they only got 1 first down in the first half, and that was the Buccaneers. That was the only time I had to root against because I'm a Jet for life. Okay. And what happened, the guy and the Buccaneers player said, "Wow, man, we need to get this game over with." And you saw the score. And I wasn't satisfied. I wanted to shut out. And the only reason why they got a 3 points, you know, the linebacker, I can't think of his name right now, got a 15-yard penalty. Okay. Yeah. So, but those are the type of things that you really treasure. And of course, I would be remiss just to share
wow.
with this with you guys, man.
My.
So we got a rep go on that, man. Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There it is.
No question about it and everything. So
hey, Earl, the Super Bowl, the year of the Super Bowl, Namath, you guys went up to Buffalo, and Namath got intercepted 5 times, and 3 of them got run back for touchdowns. So you had a lot of chances to return kicks that day, and you almost broke 2 of them. Was that your best game as a pro?
Yeah. And no question about it. And I got to tell you a real quick story. I got hit And man, I saw stars. And Joe said, "Earl, get up. I don't want to call the timeout." I said, I'm like Don, and I just jumped out. I don't know, just something you caused me to jump up. But man, I was so mad. And you know, Bob and Paul, 87 yards, the guy just tipped my toe. I thought I was in the end zone and everything. Yeah.
You set a record that day for return yardage.
Good gracious.
Kickoffs. I don't know if it still holds. It probably still does.
But it was a lot, right? Oh, yeah, man. I said, those are records you don't like because we were losing. But yeah, Joe had a tough one that game. Yeah.
Hey, I see this, Earl. Again, we have hundreds of fans that are watching. One of them jumps in right now. FL Phil 98. His name's Philium. He's down there in Florida. He says, Earl Christy is now my favorite player. He loves getting to hear from you today.
Oh, thank you. Hey, you're my favorite fan. God bless you. Back to you, man. Love, I appreciate it. And the people are so kind. I'm telling you, I mean, it is so awesome. You know, when you hang around, I go out to the Jets, the fan club in Tampa. I hang out with them, and Steve is call his name Fester, and then I go to Orlando and everything. Frank Tellerella, I mean, great guys that are leading the Jets fan club. I mean, we have some of the greatest fans in the world. I'm telling you, the whole world, because I've been traveling around doing broadcasts and all that kind of stuff. And man, people want to see the Jets win. They want to see the Jets win. And let me tell you something. I'm going to put it on record. I can't wait to go to the Jets this year. I would love to talk to the two guys that are my guys. You ready for this? Sure. Geno Smith, he is ready for prime time. I'm telling you, we got the players because everybody's good on that level. It's working together. How bad do you want it? And my boy, Demario Davis. Yes, sir. You got the offensive leader now. You got the defensive leader. We need a special team person. And you know, I'm a sports agent too. Yeah, I don't do much in that work and traveling because, you know, my top guy was Johnny Hector. And when he was a number 2 draft choice.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was my player, you know, and everything. But I'm telling you, there's no question about it that it was just so amazing, man, where the guys just work together. And a lot of people don't know this. One of the special things is we hung out together. Man, you talking about a love for one another was second to none. And we used to hang out at Bachelor 3 and everything and sit in there. And you know Curly Johnson with all those jokes, man. He used to keep us live. And we used to say, chicken ain't nothing but a bird. But back in those days, it sounded funny, okay? It was amazing. And amazing.
Okay, I want to see you break the tradition. We have asked every player we've had on, what did Curly Johnson do as a prank against you? And everyone so far has said, I can't tell you. Can you tell us what if anything, Curly did to you?
I'm not going to say it. That's right. We're brotherhood. I'm going to keep it. That's right.
Smart man, Earl Christy. Smart man. Don't let Bob do anything.
That's okay.
All right, so tell us something.
I love you, Bob.
But tell us what Curly did to somebody else then.
Yeah. Oh, great. Well, I'm going to tell you what he did to Weave. He used to get on his knee and he said, hey, Weave, stand up, and walking on his knees. I mean, good night. We had some great characters. And it just was so amazing how Joe and Weave, the whole thing, man, we eating that ice and everything. And then, like, one of the guys might be in the huddle and say, okay, Joe, don't run this one. And then Joe, 35-7 or whatever the play is, and change it. But he would work with the players, and that's what was so good.
And you must know the story about Curly calling Joe using a falsetto voice and actually getting a date with Joe.
Oh, God, man. we got some more stories, okay? I can't tell all the stories, and if y'all talk to Joe, ask him about me in Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So he got that over me.
Well, I'm going to put that on my checklist.
Yeah, because Earl,
you gotta ask him. You don't have to say. You don't even have to say my name. Who's a football player of Tijuana, Mexico? And then one of the cranks he played on me, I never had a tacos. Okay, so he put hot sauce on that baby. He just threw sauce all over it. And then what happened? Boy, I bit into this thing. My mouth was hurting for almost a month, boy. I couldn't drink enough water and everything. But now this is a funny story too. That Thursday or Friday before the Super Bowl. Now we used to have what we call a per diem, where we wouldn't have the meet and we wouldn't have to eat together, and we'd get some money. So I love hot dogs and those Oscars. Man, I went to Johnson, I think restaurant or whatever. But anyhow, I ate so many hot dogs and I got an upset stomach. Oh, good gracious. Because back in the day, we just eat till we were stuffed and everything. It was just so amazing. I said, oh, God. And I only had to tell Beverly. I said, Beverly, man, I'm sick, man. I said, oh, good gracious, man. But I got well soon. It's just so amazing, some of the things. And I have to, I'm no refrigerator. I'm going to tell on myself. I was so psyched up the week before, and we practiced before we went down to Florida in shade, and I had my long johns on and went out on the field, practice field with my long john. And Beverly said, where's your pants, Earl? I said, oh, man. I said, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody and everything. It took me 20 years to talk about it.
Earl, who are your best friends on the team?
Okay.
Who were your best friends on the Super Bowl Jets?
Okay. Joe, Boozer, Billy Joe. Okay. Because they used to call me Mr. Personality. I loved everybody. Okay. Yeah. Beverly, Cornell. I talked to everybody. I'm just saying. Okay. Those are people I hung out with. Okay, well, Jeff was great, Jeff Richardson, and Johnny Sample, who was, when I went to, when we played football in college, Johnny Sample used to come to our games, and the coach used to say, he's like you. And I won the first Johnny Sample award for the best athlete at Maryland Eastern Shore. I got that, the Johnny Sample Award. So I'm serious. And Paul Crane, because he was very spiritual. Okay, I'm not naming every player, but I'm just saying I hung out. It was important to me.
I'll tell you what you just pointed out really is one of the other significant points about that Jets team, and that was that. There had been some racism in the early 60s throughout the American Football League, because a lot of the guys who had played in the NFL or in the Canadian League and such, who were veterans, were from the South, and they had a racist streak. And the Jets, through Larry Grantham and Namath in particular, who made it a point. I mean, he roomed with Winston Hill, which Weeb tried to talk him out of when they went to Birmingham. And Joe said, nope, I'm rooming with Winnie, and that's it. And so, I mean, the guys on that team, as you just pointed out, white and black, they hung out together.
But let me tell you something. Bob, I'm so glad that you brought that out. A lot of people don't know. That was a key fact. The young men from the South and all over, and some guys never played with a black player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And since you mentioned that, I'm going to tell you something that is so important that Curly Johnson said to me at a reunion. He came over to me and said, Earl, I love you. And what he was telling me, you were a great teammate, a great person, a great human being, and everything. And that's how we felt. And Joe was a key factor. There's no question about it. And he doesn't get credit. I mean, that's one of the biggest credit. And I remember Vince Lombardi said, we're not going to have this on here. Okay? We're going to have players that are going to play together. And that's what it takes. And you can see it. And not only say it, but walk it, talk it, and live it. And that's the key. And that's the greatest thing. You know, when I found that in spirituality, we love one another and we're all brothers. If you're a believer or whatever, you know that we all come from the same tree. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what's in your heart and what's in your mind that goes hand in hand.
Do you remember?
That's a beautiful message. Thank you, Earl.
Do you remember the Wednesday afternoon pizza parties that Matt Snell told me about that you guys held at a joint near Shea Stadium?
Well, I don't remember too many of the pizza parties and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember too many of the pizza parties.
Because he told me that in '68, the Super Bowl year, bringing everybody together, literally everybody on the whole team after practice, really was essential to bringing everybody together.
Yeah, oh, okay. I can remember occasionally we did do that. Yeah, when I think about it, I was thinking about when we won the Super Bowl, when we were watching and we were eating all together and said, do you think you'll make the tackle? Do you think you'll catch the ball? It was so amazing. And by the way, George Sauer and I, before we said we're going to win, okay, me and George said we're going to win.
Yeah.
And when we win the Super Bowl, we're going to jump in the pool with all our clothes. Now, we did take off our shoes, okay? I don't know why we came up with that. Celebration, right?
Yeah, I love that.
That sounds so out of character for George Sauer Jr., but it must have been hilarious.
Oh, yeah, that was another person. He was so low-key. I love George. I mean, we got along real good. Yeah, I love it. He was real low-key and everything. And he's one of the best to ever play. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen him catch the ball. Y'all seen him catch the ball. I mean, he's like glue hand. And you know, like I said.
Yeah, he was the second coming of Raymond Berry, only with speed.
Thank you, Bob. Boy, I tell you, you're on it. You sure you didn't do no coaching, Bob? And it's true. He's absolutely. You talking about running a pass pattern, like bless the card and all of those, man. Unbelievable. Man.
All right. Yeah. There's a bunch of fans that have questions and comments and things. So let's go through some of these. First off, I've never tried coffee in my life before, Earl Christy. So Easy is telling me I should drink coffee. Have you? It doesn't sound like you need coffee, Earl Christy, but do you drink coffee?
Boy, I thought you never asked that. You ready for this, guy?
Oh, okay.
Another true story.
Okay.
My grandmother drank coffee.
All right.
9 years old, as a kid in the house, the coffee cup was up there, and I knocked it over. And ladies and gentlemen, sports fan, I never drank coffee in my life. I never drank alcohol in my life.
Okay.
I don't even use profanity. I know it's crazy. Now I hung out. We would go to Tommy Agee and Leon Jones, the baseball players. They had the dugout, right? Mm-hmm. And I would get up on the thing. Give me some rum and coke. The guys wouldn't let me drink. They said you start up as it is, Earl. You know, you got to be on a special team. We talk about suicide. Oh man, I tell you. We fought for every yard, and I'm so appreciative. And I had a great role model, my Uncle Bernard, which is in the book, the Earl Christy story, the story of a Super Bowl champ and everything. And he didn't drink, he didn't curse and everything, and I took after him. Now, I had some other uncles that drank or whatever, but hey, that's them, okay?
So what did you drink? So what did you drink after the Super Bowl win?
Oh, I had probably Coke or Pepsi and some water. Most times I toast with the water. And and you know, growing up in the country, we used to put nice ice water in the refrigerator and all that good stuff, man.
I love that. So easy. I'll drink coffee maybe at 10,000 subscribers. Although Earl has never drank it, so maybe I should stay there too. I see another fan is chiming in. Earl NC Green says, "What about taking your helmet off for the fans?"
Boy, look at this. Maybe somebody's doing some research. You heard of Captain Kangaroo?
Sure.
Yes.
His son had the Earl Christy Jet fan club. So I met him because my little son, the dribbler, was on the Captain Kangaroo show. Okay, it's on film. And they would come out of the meeting or open up the meeting. Because now I'm gonna just tell you the true story. Sure. People say, Earl, wave at me when you come up. I said, no, I can't do that. So he said, well, take off your helmet. I said, okay, I'll do that. So anytime after the play, I just took my helmet off and came off the field. Now, if you take it off now, you guys know there's a penalty. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I started that. Okay.
So that's the Earl Christy rule in the NFL. When someone takes off their there's the Earl Christy flag. That's what that is called now.
But Paul, you're just awesome, buddy. That's true.
Hey, I love it. Okay.
Earl, did you keep your helmet from your playing days?
I had it, but somebody just disappeared through the years.
That makes sense.
That's okay. I'll forgive him.
Okay, there you go. We have another one, and you were talking about this earlier, Earl. Hep asked, you think you might visit the current Jets team? You were telling that beautiful story in 2009 with Rex Ryan. Those are the glory years. It's the last time the Jets were in the playoffs was that 2010 season. Would you, or Aaron Glenn and the current Jets, would you love to come visit them maybe during training camp or the season?
Yes, I would. I'm telling you. And you asked, I want you all to talk to Gino and Demario Davis. Y'all talk to these two guys, two superstars that they got back. They are playing at a high rate and everything. You talk to them, and they can tell you about the relationship I have with them and talk to the team. I know they can win. I know they can win. And I got to give Rex Ryan credit. He said, Earl, I normally don't let anybody talk to my team before, but my dad coached you. And everything, I'm gonna do it. And he's done it. He let me do it several times, and I was so grateful for that. And the guys, I said, "Come on, why are you gonna block in the back on a special team? Holding, you ready for this, guys?" Yes. I cannot remember one penalty these guys did on the special team when I was running a kickoff or punt return. Honestly, I cannot remember that I got a flag.
Earl, do you remember Rob and Rex as little kids running around Shea Stadium?
Man, please, of course. Just like the Dr. Nicholas' daughter, the first NFL scout, Connie Cabral.
Yes.
And she said some nice words about me at Joe Namath's outing we had about a month or so ago at his golf tournament. And he said, I was so nice to them. And all my life, guys, I've been a school teacher after pro football, and I have taught in 5 different states. Wow. So I've seen a whole lot of kids. I taught health, physical education, and I did tutoring and everything. And that's one of the greatest joys because I worked at the boys club. In fact, when I was with the Jets all season, I worked at a recreation place. I'm trying to remember, up in the Bronx, Castle, whatever, but up in the Bronx and everything. So I've been working with young people. This has been my life venture and everything, and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And again, in the book, I got about dreams in the Earl Christy story. I broke dreams down like the D for dedication, E, and dreams, and R for respect, E for education, A for attitude, and mental, M for mental toughness or whatever. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Hey, we have another Jets fan. We were just talking about how much you think the Jets are going to win. Shout out to Rob Daniels here. He says, thank you for your time and memories, Mr. Earl Christy. What's your prediction for this year's New York Jets?
Well, let me tell you, I told DeMario, he can tell you, I haven't talked to Gino because I'm going to get a chance to talk to him hopefully soon. But I told him, I'm giving them 2 years. If they can put it together, they're going to the playoffs this year. I want to talk to them. I'm telling you, I want to talk to you because guys respect one another. You know, when you've been there, it's no good. And you know what we did with the New York Jets? After practice, Joe was throwing to the receiver. We were catching balls. Many of us, not everybody, but many of us, we practiced after practice because we were hungry. And when I practiced on a kickoff, and we used to love this, I would catch it at the goal line and run to the left of the field in practice. That's where the game's won, in practice, you know? And, you know, I always say, your attitude will take you to your altitude. It will take you as high as you want to go in life. And that's the same way on the field. And no question about it. And yeah, yes, sir. I got to give you guys my website. You know, you got to check out this.
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
please. Okay. The first one is Earl Christy, EarlChristy.com. Just that simple.
That's easy.
EarlChristy.com. You get the Super Bowl book. Yes, sir. I'm telling you. I'm just so amazed and I'm so blessed of rewriting that with my partner, Ruben Rodriguez and Joy Buckles. And on the other book, and you ready for this, guys? This is an encouraging book that can help people and in the thing, because our new coach is very spiritual, okay?
Yes, sir.
And he this book can help players. I know it because I lived the life and we wrote it together. And at the end of each one of these is a scripture and a prayer, but it's a well of checking yourself, self-help, motivating thing in here. You say, where are you doing? Your foundation off the field and on the field is just important. And that's a big factor today, more so than ever. And that's where it counts. And like I said, you win the game in practice, working hard and working together and coming as a team. And one important thing, study the game. Study the game. Larry Grantham, one of the most intelligent linebackers ever played the game. Joe Namath read defensive.
Here he is. There's Larry. Larry Grantham right there, baby.
Yes, sir.
Do you share my belief that Larry should be in the Hall of Fame?
No question about it. No question. And we got a couple more people that should be in the Hall of Fame.
Like who?
I don't know the stats on him if I look at that. But George Shaw, one of the best that ever played the game. Okay. You know, and you look at some of the other, I don't know all the stats.
How about Philbin?
Jerry Philbin, underrated, big time player. And Brevell and Bates was awesome from Jackson State. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I don't know the stats on them, but these guys were talented. They were the best of the best. Yeah, it wasn't no accident. We played some great teams like Oakland Raiders and Kansas City Chiefs, Willie Lanier, and all those guys on Kansas City and stuff. No question about it. They just didn't give us respect. And if you looked at the draft, the American Football League was getting the upscale players. It's just that similar. If you talk about talent, there's no question about it. And then it just came. And here's the difference. It wasn't a 3 yards and cloud of dust, which the NFL, and they play zone. And let me tell you something. Playing red zone, playing zone in the red zone, Joe would have killed them. You think his stats were good now? He would have killed them. There's no question. That's why the Tom Brady's and the Peyton Mannings are good, because they could read old school quarterbacks and everything.
I love that.
And Earl, how
shout out to my.
Oh yeah, please go ahead. Shout out to your beautiful wife. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's agape love, and guess what? The spirit of a champion.
DarleneChristy.com.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. I'm telling you, you won't regret. And by the way, guys,
Yes, sir.
if they do get the book, guess what they do? They
What?
get a personal autograph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
a free one.
Oh,
How you
okay.
like me now? But you know the funny part about that, yeah, and we're on Amazon too. But the Amazon don't go to
The
us; they just
autograph.
pick it
Right.
out. Yeah, so you get the autograph, and that's what we want. I want to make it special to our great fans, and I'm telling you, you are great because I hang out with the fan clubs, and I do it on purpose. I don't ask them to pay me any money. I go there because I care. And you guys, I'm grateful. You know, you come from old school. We're grateful for somebody ask you for your autograph or whatever. I'm excited as them.
Well, that's a beautiful segue here, Earl. We have a fan in our audience. His name is Gator McCluskey. He says, Earl is a Tampa legend, blessed to have met him several times. Tremendous man. First Jets hands at a Super Bowl. God bless Earl. And he showed these pictures, Earl. I'm going to throw some of these on the screen. Here is him wearing your ring here, I see, which is nice. Look at this. This is you guys all posing together, him and his family all together. This is beautiful. So this just goes to show you, Earl, you're exactly the man you say you are.
I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. I'm so blessed, guys, and everything. And in fact, I even got to show you this, too, because this is my baby right here. Y'all didn't realize I've invented a game called Sports Society. Okay.
Sports Society. Okay.
Okay. It will be down coming soon hopefully around Christmas time and everything. So when we start promoting it. But here's the key about that game.
Okay.
You have an option of paying the money or doing the exercise. So now guess what? Paul, you land on football stadium around the board that's stiff and square. Where do the players get dressed in? You're starting locker room, boy, you on target. And then guess what happens? So you throw the dice, you have played money, and you vote for a time of game, half an hour or hour. But guess what? Bob, you land on football stadium too. And guess what? It said for clipping, pay $300 or do 10 alternating toe touches. Now, what are you going to do? Pay the money or do the exercise?
Well, I'm not on a diet anymore. I lost 30 pounds last year, but Paul's on a diet.
Okay.
So, it makes sense for him. He's got to get that.
I'm doing the exercise. That's what I'm doing. I'm not paying the money.
But the 99% of the people do the exercise because they don't want to give up their play money, even though it's play money. And family, I did it in my gym classes. Now, I can't hardly get the kids to do regular exercise, but when I play the game, because it's incentive with the money and everything. And
Earl, your mind is never stopping. When do you ever sleep?
Well, guess what? I thought you'd never tell me about that. Guess what? I'm so blessed, guys. After I had my encounter in the hospitals and all of that, I have written 217 inspiration songs. You hear me?
Yeah.
Wow.
217. Okay. I ain't finished that. I just finished a book on character, which will be down the road. Okay. I haven't published it yet. I wrote a book on mental, physical, and spiritual health. Boom, down the road. 2 poem books. And by the way, I wrote a poem about Boozer and Joe Namath.
Oh.
I do have it here just to show.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
If I may permit it. Okay, Joe Namath. Let me get my glasses.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
While you're looking for the...
He's got it. Go ahead.
I got him.
He's got him. He's ready. Go ahead, Earl.
Go ahead.
Joe Namath, the legend. Joe Namath is the sports legend for the New York Jets. He never caught a pass. Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, he never ran a punt return. Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, he never ran a kickoff return. Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, he never made a block. Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, he never blocked a field goal. Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, he never punted the ball. And Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, he never kicked the ball. But Joe Namath, the legend for the New York Jets, he was my teammate. And Joe Namath, the sports legend for the New York Jets, we won Super Bowl III champion together. That's my story, and I believe it. Earl the Twirl Christy.
Wow, that's an absolutely beautiful rendition. Thank you, Earl. Yes.
Earl, when we talked a couple of weeks ago, you actually told me something that was very, very uplifting, and that was about the health of Emerson. Why don't you repeat that for the fan base? Because
yes,
it's been said. In fact, this is the last thing that I had heard, from his wife Inez, that he was not doing well and that CTE was basically robbing him. But you're telling me there's been a change.
There's been a change, and his wife Inez, what a great job she's doing with him. What I do, I call up Emerson Boozer every week. And as y'all know, Emerson played and I played together in college and in the pros. And he's been a great friend. I would call him up. Now, I created some things called sports exercises. That means like swimming, shadow boxing, and you can do it sitting down or standing up. In fact, over 40 or 50 years ago, I started cheer exercise because I'm a PE major. Okay. But anyhow, I talk to him and give him some things about college. And man, you see him laughing and his mind just be chirping up and everything because, it's all about movement when we get to this point. And, he has that touch of dementia and everything, and he goes in and out. And it's tough for us because, I've been very blessed that I'm going the other way. Can you believe it? I'm just being blessed. But I talk to him and he laughing. I mean, he be laughing most of the time and everything. And we just hold a great conversation. And I said, man, I tell you, we were talking about different stories. So it's just so amazing. And I try to call up other players too, because I could just tell how they talk in their energy and everything. And it's tough on me, especially when you remember a certain way and everything. This game is really tough, but I mean, it's the greatest game, I think, because of team, effort together. But and he's responding. So I call him every week and just talk to him and everything. And he just be perking up and remember certain things. Because at first, when I would ask him something, he didn't remember this or what have you. But he's hanging in there, and I tell him, man, we got to fight together, man. Come on. I said, and remember what the coach said, Boozer, can you go when you're tired? And then I'll say some sayings that my grandmother and other people gave me. Have you ever given it your all? And that's the key factor with the Jets this year. I cannot wait. If I had the privilege to talk to Glenn and everything, I know we can win. I know it's all about attitude. It's all about working together, and don't quit on your teammates. Give it everything while you're there. You know what I'm saying? And that's key.
Well, I just want to tell you, I don't know how many people tell you this, Earl, but I hope a lot of people tell you this. You have an infectious smile. You have an infectious energy. Thank you for calling your former teammate twice over in college and the pros every week. And I just think that's powerful. And I don't know, like I said, how many people tell you that, but thank you for doing that. And that was going to be my next question is obviously Emerson is on that list. Are there other of your teammates that you stay in regular communication with back from those days? Who are they, if so?
Oh yeah. Billy Joe, the same thing, and everything, man. Yes, sir. And Billy Joe is one of them because he was my roommate. I call up Cornell Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I even talked to Randy Beverly. Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, we've tried talking to Randy. Randy wouldn't even talk to me for the book, so I'd love your help in trying to get him on.
Okay.
Here to talk.
Okay. I will talk to him, and I gotta give Joe credit because we always talk about health when me and Joe talk, and he gave me the idea of walking in place, if that get your heart rate up,
right?
Okay, and then like I said, I create different exercise, like I'm throwing a football. It's all about movement. When you get over 60 years old, definitely, and everything. I even practice even playing the flute because breathing is so important and everything. All that is important in anything. Being active, using that mind, and I'm telling you, like I said, I got 2 poem books I haven't published. I got 2 of them, and I'm telling you, it's been a great thing, and I'm blessed because I'm a believer, and that's what I'm saying. He's giving me that gift, and I'm so grateful for that gift.
Well, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Joe Namath. Yeah, we'll definitely try to get Joe Namath on the show. He's definitely on the list. We'll see if we can make that happen in the future. Let's see. I don't know if you have your calendar in front of you, Earl, but Easy has a great idea. He's in the audience. He says we need to get Earl to our tailgate on October 11th. We are going to be at the Jets-Browns game, Earl. That's October 11th, and we'll also be taking over a restaurant in town on October 10th. The Jets host the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what your schedule looks like, Earl, but we would love to have you at the game.
Okay, you did that. Okay, then. So October what?
October 11th. Yep, it's in MetLife Stadium. Jets hosting the Cleveland Browns. Check your calendar, Earl. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. I tell you, we've been getting really busy with our parents.
Okay. All right.
I definitely. My wife, my producer, and everything. I talk to Joe and everything all the time, man.
Oh, well, your wife is a do-it-all woman over there, Darlene. Massive shout out. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, man. She deserves it. And
I think she's the president of the Earl Christy fan club.
She should be. Yeah.
Oh, good gracious.
Your wife.
I
think your wife is the president of the Earl Christy fan club.
Well, she's the president of the Earl Christy Charity Foundation, and she just became an ordained minister.
Oh, congratulations!
And we have a ministry called Divine Pathway Ministry.
Wow, I love that name. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, good gracious. She is so talented. She don't even realize how much talent. She's the talent one. And I'm just blessed.
I hope before we get out of here, and again, we still have a few more questions and things. We got to make sure Darlene gets her moment in the sun here. I mean, good Lord, she has been terrific.
Man, life changing, no question. Yeah.
So, great for you. I see this. We have another fan question here. Easy says, what do you make of the NFLPA's cracked it? So practices from when you were playing, Earl, to what they are now, they're just not the same. There's not the same level of physicality, and you can't practice as long or as hard. Two-a-days don't exist anymore and things of that nature. And this fan, Easy, says he thinks it's hurting the execution and discipline of the game because you can't practice as hard as you used to back in the day. Do you agree with that?
I to a certain extent, but Weeb Eubank was a smart coach, guys. We didn't do a lot of hitting.
No,
fundamental and skills. See, it's a different, okay, because the body in football, it's so hard to recover. And then they got the Thursday night football games, and you got to come back. The body doesn't respond as well, on short weeks and whatever. I still think it's all about time, and there's some physicality when you're working on the machines and everything, and practice blocking. Because I've seen some great camps. I mean, the Buccaneers have pretty good camps too, and some other teams that I've seen. But it's tough on the body. Yeah, that's the reason why.
Yeah, I don't know about the other teams back when you were playing, but we really emphasized intelligence.
Oh, guess what? And Bob, he brought up again. The game is more mental than physical, guys. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm saying. That's why the Jets got a chance this year. I just hope they let me talk to him. And,
we hope too. Yeah. You've been inspiring so far on the show. Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you ask Gino and you ask DeMario, they will say yes. Okay. I'm just telling you. So you check with them. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Jets training camp on August 1st. That's a week from tomorrow. I'll make sure I tell as many people as I can, Earl.
And man, I'm telling you, and he is a good coach, and he's going to be a great coach because he knows the game and the players respect him. That's important. Okay? So he got the combination. Yes, sir.
I see we have another comment from a fan here. Cisco Lopez says, you're an epic human. Thank you, Earl, for being so humble and someone to look up to. Jets pride, Hall of Fame human. That's what he believes you are. So some beautiful words here from the.
Well, thank you, guys, man. Back to you, man. Thank you, Epic. I appreciate you guys because that's so important. And let me tell you something. Yes, man, sir. The most important thing in this world is your character. You hear what I'm saying? Your relationship in all things. That's what it's all about. And when we care about each other, people don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care. And they can tell it. How you act, what you say. It's a whole combination. And that's what it's all about.
Earl, were you excited when the Knicks won the NBA title last month?
I was ecstatic. Yes. I hung out with Walt.
Did you know the Knicks from the era when you were playing with the Jets?
Walt Frazier and I hung out together. We worked for Skyline Air Freight together with Jerry Kuzman of the Mets. Hello. Yes. Players were off the field and on the field. We were together. Well, we did it with Mickey Mantle. Joe,
wow.
And all the guys, yes.
You're a name dropper.
Excuse me, I can afford it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
Earl, who is this handsome stud right here? Who is this? Who's that guy?
Boy, that guy's okay, ain't he?
Yeah, 45 looks pretty good on him. That's what I could see. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks, man. Look like I'm coming out of there.
Out of the end zone, it looks like the cover of the Earl Christy story over there. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I'm telling you.
Earl, what was your playing weight then, and what's your weight now?
Okay, now you ain't gonna believe that because I got to say 195.
Yeah.
195, and my wife trying to fatten me up. I'm 162, wow, but I feel great though. I feel awesome. Yeah, I lost about 45 pounds. So
what does she cook? What's your favorite Darlene meal?
Excuse me. I love pork chops baked.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. I love. I'm still potatoes, but I cut back a little bit on that.
I love potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I love my applesauce. And of course, being a chicken farmer, I love chicken. I treated myself yesterday. I do treat myself a little bit. I had some Popeyes chicken yesterday.
Oh, hey now. All right. Okay.
That's my favorite. let's see, I have in the morning, I have the big breakfast, oatmeal. That's a game changer.
Okay.
That's a game changer.
Really?
1 egg,
Okay.
1 slice of toast,
Okay.
like wheat toast, and 2 little patty sausage, turkey sausage.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get your eggs done? You said 1 egg. What kind of egg?
I scramble it, and
Scramble,
sometimes I
okay.
put a little cheese in it.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And,
We're already having. Yeah, I see we have a fan here in the audience. Again, Easy says he knows what jersey has to get next. The number 45 Earl Christy jersey after this interview. People are rushing to buy their Earl Christy jerseys.
Oh, man. Thank you, guys, man. I tell you, I love the fan. And there's a picture. Oh, good night. I wish my wife was in here. She could give me the picture and show you.
Can we get her? Can we get her in to say hello?
Yes.
Darlene, come on. They want to see you.
Of course. Yes.
And while she's coming up,
Thank
I have
you.
a question for you.
Thank you, guys.
How deflating was it?
Bring that picture right here. They want to see you on the screen, Miss Darlene.
Yes.
That one right there. Yeah, the Jets, the fans, honey.
This?
No fans. Right there, me signing autographs.
Oh.
Come on.
You got so many.
Come on.
That's
over.
true. You do have showing pictures.
Get over
Oh
here,
my
please. Come on. See this picture? Is this
Oh, yeah.
amazing?
Oh, that's a
Darlene,
great
hello
photo.
and thank you.
Yes. Well, Miss Darlene, thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello,
Darlene,
Miss Darlene.
You know, Darlene, almost every interview we've done, it's the nicer side of the household, the feminine side that knows how to get onto a computer. The guys are clueless.
Oh, yeah. Well, they told me reboot the computer. I went and kicked it.
Yes,
But I'm getting down.
Oh, wow.
Getting down.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Well, Miss Darlene, thank you so much. You're obviously
Thank
a
you. You've
huge
been
light
great
in Earl's
making
life,
this
and
possible.
thank you for helping us with this interview. Marvelous. Thank you.
Absolutely. It is my pleasure, and thank you both.
All right, there she is, Darlene.
Wow.
Okay, bye,
He
Darlene.
loves the Jets. Jets. Jets.
Oh, that was our last question.
That was going to be our last question, or I'll bring you full screen here. Can you give us a Jets chant
Come on.
for the audience? Oh, yeah, get Darlene in there. Sure. Here we go.
This is her favorite.
Okay,
1,
great.
2,
Please.
3. Jets. Jets. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful,
Yeah,
baby.
honey. Take this.
Thank you. Okay, that is phenomenal.
I hate to ask a deflating question, but I've got to ask it. You weren't even given a chance to defend your position after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The Jets cut you in training camp even before they
Yes.
played their first preseason game. How hurtful was that? Because they didn't even give you a chance to compete against Mike Battle.
Yeah, exactly. And Bob, like I said, that was really, it even hurted Walt Michaels. It even hurted the other teammates. You hear what I'm saying? And I don't have any malices, and I'm a forgiving man and everything. And it was just really, and I don't mind. And I was just getting ready to get into my best prime and everything. So, but
There were no opportunities to sign with anybody else.
Different things happened unfortunately, my first wife got killed in a car accident, and all that stuff happened right at the time because one guy was going to give me a chance. Actually, the Miami Dolphins, the coach. Yeah, I know it.
Oh, thank goodness! Thank goodness you stayed with the Jets. That would have been terrible. The Dolphins.
It's not New England. New England.
Well, I guess that's true. New England's worse. New England would be totally
better.
Yeah.
But and in fact, Cleve Rush was at New England. So but anyhow.
Yeah, Cleve was bringing in a lot of Jet players in New England. Yeah.
Hey, and the timing could have been crazy, or because of course the 1972 undefeated Dolphins. The timing could have worked out potentially where you were on that Dolphins team. You would have been a 2-time champ.
That's right. The no Dame defense. That's right. Yeah,
that's right.
But
beautiful.
But I'm grateful. The Jets organization have been good and everything. And I can't help it, but I love Woody Johnson. I do, man. I can remember sometimes when we were at the games and I'm talking to him. In fact, when we had the legend 2 years ago, I had a chance to talk to him, and I just want one for him too. Okay, and they're trying to put it together when they go back. Yeah, and oh man, I'm ecstatic this year because of Gino and Demario Davis. When I talked to Demario, I said, "You on the good gracious!" I couldn't believe it. I said, "You back?" Yeah. And if you go to YouTube, you can see a lot of videos probably on the Earl Christy story when I presented. I don't have it in here. The 50-year Super Bowl ball to my high school. When they were installed me in a Hall of Fame and everything. And we have a trip that we did the Holy Land to with a guy by the name of Tyrone Keys, who used to be with the Bears on their Super Bowl team. On YouTube it says Tyrone Keys Holy Land, and you'll see 20-some athletes and coaches going to the Holy Land. What a great opportunity!
Oh,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Earl, you've been a great guest. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough, Earl. So.
Well, you guys are doing a great show and great job, and that's what it's all about. And really, I mean, you make it look easy. Really, I'm serious, because you got a passion, and that's what I love about you guys, man.
Well, I told you how unique Paul is, and his dedication day after day after day over the last 4 years. Although you don't even know, but yesterday he missed the show because he had kidney stones.
Man,
but we're back today, baby. We're back today.
Now, y'all won't believe this, though. You ready for this, guys? Real quick.
All right.
Being in the media,
yes, sir.
I probably have interviewed more people on planet Earth than anyone. Just real quick. TV radio show in my hometown, 1971, because I got longevity, right? TV show in Elton, Maryland. Then I moved to Wilmington, Delaware, Philadelphia area. You heard of Dr. J and all those teams.
Yeah,
Philly.
Right.
And I just happened to move to Chicago, and some guy by the name of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and all the Blackhawks and all of that. And I just happened to move to Tampa Bay, Florida. Of course, I've interviewed Brady before and other teams and everything. Shaq O'Neal, Orlando Magic. And in boxing, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson. And by the way, Mary Andretti in the car racing. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So, yeah, that's what I've done.
You're quite a name dropper.
Huh?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it's impressive. I'll tell you this, Earl. I feel we've been doing many of these Super Bowl III interviews and interviewing your teammates, from Carl McAdams to Mark Smolinski to Ralph Baker to so many others, and it's been terrific. My comment coming off of this interview, Earl Christy, is I feel bad for whoever's coming next that they have to try to follow Earl Christy. I mean, this was a spectacular interview.
No, man, they're awesome, man. I love them, man, and everything, man. And it's so painful because we lost almost half.
Yeah, very sad.
At least 1/3. But anyhow, man, I mean, you talking about guys love one another, and guys, the greatest joy that we had before the Super Bowl was winning the American League Championship, guys. You show grown men crying and everything for joy. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. Yeah, man. That was so great. And it's just so amazing. But
two things here, Earl. Number one, I'm blessed that I got a chance to wake up this morning. I'm very blessed. Every morning I get a chance to do that. Number two, I'm glad that you were able to spend your time with us here on the show. It was an absolute pleasure, sir.
You're a spectacular guest and an even more spectacular human being. Thank you.
Well, thank you. God bless you.
Can you stay on with us after we sign off?
Of course.
Let's stay on there.
Okay, Earl, hang on. right.
I'll be hanging up, man. Please, and guys, I normally get up at the crack of noon. No, I'm a little better than that. But yeah, man. Bob said, "Ate something." I said, "Oh, good gracious, I don't eat breakfast yet." No, my
Earl,
pleasure.
thank you.
My pleasure.
Go treat yourself. Have that oatmeal and eggs and everything else you want.
That's right. And my sugarless jelly or jam.
All right. There we go. Beautiful.
Yeah,
So Earl, hang on tight, Earl.
I'll just stay here and then you'll bring me back.
Yes, sir. So you don't have to do anything. So Earl, you just keep looking handsome, which you do excellent at. So we'll bring you on back in just a second. But a couple of plugs I want to make sure we get into: earlchristy.com and darlenechristy.com. I'll include both of those in the YouTube description of both these videos so you guys can get in there. And I'm going to be jumping on it. I want an autographed Earl Christy book. That sounds phenomenal. So I'm going to be jumping right on that train. Again, thank you to Earl. Thank you to his beautiful bride, Darlene. That's spectacular. Make sure you guys like the video and hit subscribe. Again, we'll be updating this interview as a separate podcast in the Super Bowl III interview playlist.
You also had a donation, a $10 donation, which probably created some gift memberships.
Yes, I believe so. We had a ton. So everyone that donated today, memberships, questions for Earl, or anything, all of those were added up as raffle tickets. So I have those all on the list. So don't worry. All of you guys have had that updated terrifically. So Bob, phenomenal interview. We'll sign off. We'll speak to Earl off air here privately. But thank you, everybody, for supporting this project. And thank you, Bob, for setting up these interviews.
Like you said, it's going to be hard to come on after him. And
luck
that's quite a
that
standard he set today.
That's for sure. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of Boy Green Day.